speaking about this talk. Let's start the day by introducing Pratik and Devanshu. So let's start from Pratik. Pratik, can you tell us something about yourself and how you found Together Investing Club, and how has your journey been so far?
Okay, so hi everyone, good afternoon. So basically, my name is Pratik and I'm an engineering student. And I found out about Together Investing from my bhaiya Sahil Bhaiya. He's also here on call right now. I asked him that what is he doing. Basically, I saw one of his presentations, and that is how I got intrigued with Together Investing. And it has been, I guess, almost 6 weeks for me to be in Together Investing, and the journey so far has been so good. I've learned a lot. Like, I'm an engineering background student and I didn't know anything about stocks, finance, or anything. And the journey has still been very simple for me, and I have been able to understand a couple of things about this industry.
Great. Thank you, Pratik. Also, the star these days, Dipanshu.
Hi everyone, good morning, and I must say good afternoon. Sahil is one of my friend I met in Together Investing. So I didn't came to Together Investing because of Sahil, but Sahil I got because of Together Investing. I am basically a marine engineer. So we both are marine engineer and an engineer. If presenting your financial background of Colgate Palmolive, so that will be very interesting for you. And I joined Together Investing as I was interested in stock market previous days, but I used to learn from YouTube, but there was no mentor there. But from Together Investing, I got a good mentor like Emmanuel sir and Atul sir, and it was a good journey from there on, and I learned a lot of things from them.
Great. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Dipanshu. Over to you as the presentation. I would request everyone to make notes during the presentation, and we will have a question and answer session by the end of the presentation. So all of you who are on the call are most invited to ask any doubts, any clarifications, or any questions you might have from both Dipanshu and Pratik on Colgate on their investment strategy. Over to you, Pratik and Dipanshu.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. We are Pratik and Dipanshu going to present about the Colgate Palmolive as a stock. And NSE sign and BSE sign you can see over there. It's a sector with a personal care. The thing you have seen about Colgate is that it's a brand with a legendary brand that your mom has always said you in the morning ki bhai ja Colgate kar le. That kind of motto it is having in the sector which it works. So moving ahead, we have the analysis, the quality and quantity analysis, and we have Pratik. Over to you, Pratik. You can take over.
So I'll be going through the fundamental analysis while Dipanshu will going through a technical analysis. So almost every one of us here has heard about Colgate. So, but do we really know the history about it? So basically, Colgate Palmolive Company is an American multinational consumer products company, and its history traces back to the early 19th century when William Colgate, just a soap and candle maker, established starch, soap, and candle factory in New York City under the name of William Colgate and Company. Now, in 1857, Colgate died, and the company was reorganized as Colgate Company under the management of his son Samuel Colgate, who did not want to continue the business but thought it would be the right thing to do. In 1873, the company introduced its first Colgate toothpaste, an aromatic toothpaste sold in jars. So the first toothpaste was actually sold in jars. In 1896, the company sold the first toothpaste in a tube named Colgate Ribbon Dental Cream, and it was a revolution. Now, parallelly in Wisconsin, BJ Johnson Company was making soap from palm oil and olive oil, and the formula was so good that it was the best-selling soap of that time, and it was developed in 1898. So the soap was popular enough to rename the company their name after it, which is Palmolive. Now, soap manufacturer known as Speed Brothers, who also were originally from Wisconsin, merged with Palmolive to become Palmolive Peet Company. In 1928, Palmolive Peet acquired the Colgate Company to create the Colgate Palmolive Peet Company. Now, coming to the future in 1953, Peet was removed from the name, leaving the only Colgate Palmolive Company name, which is the current name of this company. Now, coming to the Indian statistics, Colgate Palmolive India Limited was incorporated on 23rd September 1973, and it is a large cap company operating in the FMCG sector. So now what is a large cap company? So first, to understand the large cap company, we need to understand about market capitalization. So market capitalization is basically what a publicly traded company is worth, or simply it tells the size of the company and its aggregate value. To calculate it, we simply multiply the total number of shares of a company by the price of each share. So we can classify the companies based on three market caps, which are small cap, mid cap, and large cap. Large cap companies are those companies which have a market cap of less than 8,500 crores, and mid cap companies range from 8,500 crores to 28,000 crores. Large cap companies are those companies which have a market cap of more than 28,000 crores. And as we can see, that market cap of Colpal is 39,000 crores. So it is a large cap company. So now Colpal Limited India is the leading provider of uh, oral care products. The range include toothpaste, tooth powder, toothbrushes, mouthwashes under the Colgate brand, as well as specialized range of dental care, which we are going to look further in the next slide. The company also provides range of personal care under the Palmolive brand. Colgate has been ranked as India's #1 most trusted brand care for 9 consecutive years, and Colgate has also been ranked most trusted oral brand care by TRA's Brand Trust India study report. So now coming to the product portfolio, Colpal has an oral care as well as personal care portfolio, which spreads across different price points with each product having a different value offering. In the market, it is the market leader in the oral care segment through its main brand, which is Colgate. We all have heard about it, which can be further categorized as two things, general care and dental care. Now, general care includes products like Signature toothpaste, toothbrush, dental floss, and mouthwashes. Colgate is a brand which is also recommended by dentists because of its amazing dental care range. Some of its signature dental care products are Colgate Sensitive, Visible White, Pain Out, and Charcoal Paste. Now, this is something that I have also come across my daily life as my mom had some sensitivity issues, and regarding that, the dentist recommended that before going for any special treatment, try Colgate Sensitivity toothpaste, and it really helped her a lot, and thus increasing our trust and reliability on the brand, which is a mutual feeling amongst almost every other household in India. In personal care, its Palmolive brand of soaps has over 1% market share, while its shaving cream and gels, it claims to have a 20% share. It also has a significant share in products like hand sanitizers, hand washes, premium oils. In shampoos and cold cream, the brand has kept a low profile. Now coming to the COVID response of Colpal. Now, as we are all aware that coronavirus situation has affected most of the businesses out there, but there was not much sales impact on toothpaste sales as it is a FMCG product and we daily use it. We didn't stop it because of COVID-19. And while things were not bad for Colpal, they used this opportunity to launch hand sanitizers under Palmolive brand and launch Colgate DentistForMe.in, which is the first of its kind teledentistry platform. So the idea here is that dental problems can be a very painful when they occur in unprecedented times as these. When meeting a dentist physically was not possible due to restrictions of movement, people's oral health concerns got compromised as physical visits to dentists are often not possible. So Colgate's Dentist for Me makes top dentists from around the country accessible on your phone via video or audio call absolutely free from the comfort of your home. So basically, ColgateDentistForMe.in is an easy option to consult expert dentists in a click. And so it is the first of its kind teledentistry platform that brings you free access to dentists from the comfort of your home, which is a very good initiative by Colgate and thus increasing our trust in the company and the brand even more. Now, coming to the indicative market share, Colgate has managed to maintain a strong leadership position in both toothpaste and toothbrush categories, with volume market share at 52.4% and 45.2% respectively. But it is still one of the most underpenetrated segments in India because, as compared to other developing countries and the markets, India's oral care per capita consumption and premiumization are very low. In other developing countries, 90% of the people use toothpaste with daily and 87% of them brush twice a day. And India, approximately 81% of people brush their teeth using a toothpaste, out of which 92.3% are from rural areas, are from urban areas, and 74.1 people are from urban areas. So, and out of these 81%, only 70% of the users brush twice a day. So that gives Colpal huge amounts of room to grow in the oral care segment since it is already the market leader. Now, the next part is the sources of revenue. The different streams through which a company earns is called a source of revenue. So the main business and contributor for Colgate has always been toothpaste, which stands at 82.6%, and toothbrush that is generating 14.2% of the total revenue. Now, Colgate Palmolive India Limited has held on to its market share backed by product launches and a significant increase in direct distribution. Like in the second quarter of financial year 20, the company's advertising and promotional spends jumped by 20% as it relaunched Colgate Dental Cream, Colgate Max Fresh with cooling crystals, apart from promoting its core Colgate brand. Saver packs, which were an occasional phenomena earlier, are now available all time round the year, and even a 100 rupee toothpaste comes with a brush now. So its share has been stable over the past few quarters. Volume growth and market share expansion have taken a priority as, as a part of Colpal's new strategy. Now, investment strategy. So we invest on a stock on two different bases. We decide whether it's a growth stock or whether it's a value stock. So basically, a growth stocks are considered stocks that have the potential to outperform the overall market over time because of the future potential. They're considered by analysts to have the potential to outperform either the overall market or a specific subsegment of them for a period of time. Value stocks are stocks that trade below what they are really worth and will therefore perform. In Colgate Palmolive case, we find out that it is a growth stock. And so we are going to do its analysis on the basis of growth strategy. And about the analysis, it will be done by Dipanshu later after the technical analysis. Now moving on to quantitative analysis, growth investing, we have some key ratios. And in a growth stock, we ignore PE ratio as it is not applicable for growth stocks. The next key ratio, which is very important to consider, is the debt to equity ratio. And it is calculated by dividing the company's total liabilities by its shareholding equity. So basically, it is the measure of degree to which a company is financing its operations through debt. And when having a debt is usually not a good thing. And in case of Colpal, the DE is zero, which means the company is debt free, and so it is a go for the investors. Now, coming on to the next ratio, the interest coverage ratio, it is basically the measure of how many times a company can cover its current interest payment with its available earning, or to simply put it, क्या कोई company अपना loan pay करने के काबिल है कि नहीं है. And generally, ये ratio, we consider that it should be more than 5, which in this case is 1/113 of Colpal. So it gives us a go signal. Now, coming on to gross profit margin, it is a metric used to assess a company's financial health by calculating the amount of money left over from product sales after subtracting the cost of goods sold, which should be steady over the years. And Colpal's gross profit is steady, so it gives a green signal to proceed with the stock. Now, the operating profit margin is basically how much a profit company makes after paying for variable cost of production, such as wages, raw material, and other operating costs. It is calculated by dividing a company's operating profit by net sales, and it is rising in Colpal's case, which is yet another favorable factor. The return on equity is essentially measure of rate of return that the owners of a common stock of a company receive on the shareholding, and it is a very important thing. So basically, it is the measure of how financial performance, which is calculated by dividing net income of the shareholders' equity. And so the return of equity should be more than 15%, which is another good thing about the Colpal, as its ROE stands at 53.70%. And so this also confirms that this is a growth stock. Now its growth sales have been stable and net income has been rising for about past 3 years, which both are again favorable or buying of Colpal's share. Now, coming on to the qualitative analysis, the first thing which we consider about a company is moat. So basically, moat is a very interesting thing which is conceptualized by Warren Buffett. An economic moat is a distinct advantage a company has over its investor, which allows it to protect its market share and profitability. It is often an advantage that is difficult to mimic or duplicate and thus creates an effective barrier against competition from other firms. So basically, moat is your stickiness to the brand. So for example, let's take an example of Maggie. If we talk about Maggie, if we talk about noodles, the first thing that comes to your mind is Maggie. And that is how much strong the moat of Maggie is. I don't think that any of us really like other noodles other than Maggie. And when we talk about noodles, we only think of Maggie in the first place. And this is how moat works and has been same for Colgate. It has been around for so many years that it has become a household name. It has its own legacy now, and one of the main reasons is its signature taste, because we all care about how a toothpaste tastes, and Colgate has a special place on our tongues. And the second reason is that it has product that fits every budget segment, ranging from Colgate Shibaka to high-end teeth whitening toothpaste. Now coming to the competitive part. Here the barrier to new entrants is moderate because it is not very difficult to make a toothpaste. Like everyone can make a toothpaste, but to stand up to the likes of Colgate is a very difficult thing, which is usually not done by other companies. Now, bargaining power of supplier is also low because Colgate is such a big name and every supplier wants to associate itself with a brand this big. So this gives Colgate a lot of power. Threat of substitute product is high because there are traditional ways to which people can shift to. Let's just say कि अगर कल को टूथपेस्ट या टूथब्रश 2,500 रुपए के बिकने शुरू हो जाते हैं, हम उसको कब तक यूज करना शुरू कर देंगे? कभी ना कभी तो we won't be able to afford and we might go back to using long or मंजन टाइप चीजें या चारकोल पहले लोग इस्तेमाल करते थे. So threat of substitute product is high and bargaining power of the buyer is also low because कितनी बार ऐसा हुआ है कि हम लोगों ने जाके बोला है कि भैया टूथपेस्ट सस्ता कर दो या टूथब्रश सस्ता कर दो. Now coming to rivalry among competitors is high because there are big brands out there like HUL and Patanjali, but no one has still come as close to as Kolpal in oral care segment. Now moving on to the qualitative analysis, first thing we see is a shareholding pattern. Shareholding pattern reveals the distribution pattern of the company's share to the public and promoters. Shareholding pattern is basically the infrastructure of the equity distribution among bodies like foreign investors, promoters, banks, insurance companies, financial institutes, mutual funds, and general public. So the first thing is promoters, the company and the initial investors of the company. The maximum shareholding is with the promoters as well as the management control. So this factor is to know the level of trust promoters have in their company. If the promoter increases their holding, that means that they are confident towards the company and the company will give better results. But it doesn't work every time. Sometimes the promoter increase their stake just to boost the share of the price of the company. Now, when it comes to pledge shares, it is so basically pledging of a share means that the company has given its share as a security against the loan. And why did it happen that the company had to pledge its share by putting its ownership at risk? मतलब ऐसी क्या नौबत आ गई थी कंपनी को कि अपने shares ही लोन के लिए लेने पड़े, shares pledge करने पड़े. So it is a very bad thing for the company to do. And in this, Colgate has no pledge share, so it is a very good thing. And now coming to foreign investments and direct investments, it is again taken as a positive sign. The higher the foreign investments, the better, and the higher the domestic investments, the better, because it shows the trust of foreign insurance and foreign investments and domestic investments in the company. So, and talking about the management is fairly good for Kolpal, and the gross profit margin, operating profit margin, we have already discussed it. Now coming to the qualitative analysis summary. So Kolpal India enjoys a 52.4% market share in toothpaste category as well as a share of 45.2% in the toothbrush category, making it an unmatched force. The company is also focused on expanding its product portfolio through new launches and variants. Recently, they introduced Colgate Total Charcoal Deep Clean, Colgate Active Neem Salt, Colgate 360 toothbrush range, and Palmolive liquid hand wash soap with new range of liquid and foam. They also introduced sanitizers under the brand name of Palmolive and also dentistforme.in and their teledentistry platform. Colgate also has products that fits every budget segment ranging from Colgate Sibaka to high-end teeth whitening products. So it fits everyone's pocket and there is always room for upgradation. And Indian oral industry offers huge potential for the players to grow with urban penetration at 92.3% and rural penetration just at 74.1%. And Kolpa still has a lot of room to grow, and so it has a great future ahead. So basically, qualitative analysis tells us whether to buy a stock or not. Now, to know when to buy it and what price to buy it, we must move on to technical analysis, which will be presented by the Panshu.
Thank you for that great qualitative and fundamental analysis. So let's move to the technical analysis. As we know that fundamental and technical both are enemies. One goes the east and one other goes the west. But in case of the Kolpal, both goes in the one direction. So I will show you how the technical works in this sense, and then you decide whether to buy it now or you will miss the chance. So here you'll see the slide of a monthly chart of Kolpal. You can see that there are 4 lines with a 20 moving average, 50 moving average, 100 moving average, and a 200 moving average down. So this is blue, green, red, and violet color. You can see the Kolpal price is right now above all of them. And from the history, if you want to see from all the history of Kolpal, You have seen that it has respected 20 months moving average, and it only just tested the 50 moving averages, never came to 100 and 200 moving averages. So that means Colpal has been always in uptrend. And let's drill down to the weekly weather and see whether it came with the same with the weekly charts also. So moving ahead to the next slide, I'll show you how the weekly comes up with this. So moving ahead to the next slide, we have the weekly chart. Okay, here we can see the weekly chart. You can see from the weekly chart also that in a history, only two times it has started 200 moving day average, and only 150 and 20 was into the picture. And look at the bounce from the support from the moving averages. It has always been a bigger bounce, a bigger, bounce, bigger bullish trend when it takes support from any moving averages. And with that, I will show you in the future what this bounce back means to you and how it will be affecting the price right now we have now. So in a weekly chart and monthly chart, both the all the moving averages are down the price. So it is a bullish trend in both. In both the moving averages, it is a yes for us. So moving ahead, let's go for the some indicators which we use as a Japanese indicator called Ichimoku cloud. Here the Ichimoku cloud is there for monthly and a weekly chart. In a Ichimoku cloud, we say the conversion line, baseline, and the cloud both should be all three should be down the price. Here you can see in the monthly chart on top side, you can see that cloud is down. The red line, conversion line, both are down the price. That means it is in bullish trend. It's a good to buy. Then in a weekly chart, if you say price just took the support of a cloud, where I've put it the arrow in the downwards on the right corner, you can see a blue arrow is there. The price just took support on the cloud, which is there, and conversion line and uh, baseline is below the price. That means in a weekly chart also it's a yes. But there are two indicators of Ichimoku and moving average in weekly and monthly says that it is a yes to buy. Moving ahead, we have the daily chart of Ichimoku as we will drill down more to it with the Ichimoku. Now you can see the cloud is below the price, conversion line and baseline just made a cake rose. As soon as it started to move down, as you can see, there was recently three red candles moving downwards. It was started to move down, but as soon as it started to move down, it took support on the cloud. The baseline and conversion line, the red line and the blue line made a cake rose, and it started to come back again. So the in a daily chart, if you see that price, the last price, the closing price is above the cloud, above the conversion line, and above the blue line of the baseline, and it is a cake rose. That means it is a bullish trend. And look at the volumes down. Volumes are on in a green candle. It's coming a bigger way. That means people are actually into this stock right now. Moving ahead, it is simple. Let's move ahead and make this a little bit colorful. On the top side, you can see a trend line which I have drawn through a monthly chart, and it actually respected that trend line every time from the history. And in the recent some years, if you see a resistance top line, it is making a loudspeaker kind of pattern, which makes that is it is bouncing in a bigger terms when it takes support on the trend line. So this is making a loudspeaker, and it will be bouncing more and more highly when it comes to the support line or any support. Let's move to some indicators. As these are on the monthly chart. If we go to the previous slide, then you can see that three indicators are down there with the blue, violet, and green. Blue with the OBV, the green with the money flow, and the red is the strength of the indicator. So the blue one says that how the institutions are buying, how the money flow is going on, and how the RSI is going up. So if you see, all three are actually in the after the pandemic is in the moving direction of upper side. That means all three are going to be giving strength. So that money is coming, the strength is rising, and the institutions are buying. So it's a three yes for us here. So moving ahead with this, we have the same fundas with the weekly chart also. If you will see that in a weekly chart, it actually supports that trend line of support and resistance. Look at the volume right now these days trading in this stock. So down we have, I've separated both OBV, RSI and MFI differently. So in OBV and RSI, if you see at the end, it is started to gain strength. In money flow, it is already gaining strength from the pandemic. It has moved down. So it is a yes here also with the weekly chart in all three indicators. And moving ahead, we have the daily chart for the same with the same indicators and the Fibonacci there. If you will see the Fibonacci, it is 0.236 resistance, and the last trading price of the green candle just broke the 0.236 barrier with this candle body coming upwards. And the indicators in down here, if you see OBV shows it's a neutral thing here, that okay, I'm moving sideways, I'm not buying anything more in the OBV in a daily chart. But if you see the RSI and the MFI slowly started to move up, that means they are gaining strength. So in this we can see that Fibonacci and RSI and our MFI says that it is a buy, but OBV still it is a neutral thing. So moving ahead, we have the thing. If we see that it is bouncing back from the support always on a higher price, let's take from the last bounce back it has taken. If for example we take that it is a 474.57 points or 43.71% bounce back from the support, which is after that it took the retracement. We can put Elliott waves into it, but I will just make it simpler for you that it is bouncing back from there. For example, it is bouncing back from there. It took the retracement now, and now again it took the support on the chart, and it is started to slowly move up. And take this term for 474.57%. For example, if I say from the support where it is bouncing back now, where it can go in the future. So moving ahead to the next slide, we will see that if I put the same line from here to there, it comes to the target of 1749, 1748 approximately. But we are taking it from a price on history, from where to bounce back. So now how much we lost, we will see in the next slide how much we lost, that whether we should enter now because we have lost some it. But still there's a gap of 19.12, still able to gain 19.12% in if you are thinking of a shorter time. But only thing I can see is a 0.618 ratio of Fibonacci. If you will see the last high of the last where it took the retracement, it is from the Fibonacci golden ratio. Only the first target I can see is that one which I've shown you in the slides also, but there's a still gain of 19.12% if you take it right now. And from the trend, if you see, it is still making higher highs and higher lows, so it is an upward trend. So it's a buy here also. Then let's see that if we buy now, and if we buy, we wait for a drop, how much we can lose. So moving ahead with the next slide, we have how much to lose. I've made a trend line in recent days. You can see it is respecting that. So the next support I see it will take is a 3.20, that is on that trend line. So you have to lose around 3.20% for gaining of 19.12%. That is a very good risk to reward ratio. So either you can wait to drop, but I think it is not to wait, because if it is going up, then you will say I'm losing more. So whether I will say you should buy it now and let just be in your portfolio for a longer time, and it will give you a good gain. So and let's move ahead, and I will show you what all the indicators which I have shown you says about this. Most of them are saying yes, it's a good buy. The only one is in OBV is neutral. So most of the thing is in green. So I will leave it to you whether you want to buy or not, because most of my indicators are saying it is a good buy, and the target price and the first load buy I will show you in the next slide. Moving ahead with the next slide, I'll show you how the targets and the lots are there. The buy of the first lot, you can buy it right now, as I'm saying. The second lot I'm saying is you can just wait for the if it comes to the trend line, then you can buy it there. And if it goes above that resistance which I was showing you 0.236, you can buy there. The target would be the golden ratio of rupees 1580 and 1745, and it's a confirmed buy. So belt up your seat, and I think you should buy this stock on for a longer term on Monday, that is tomorrow. And best of luck, and that will do for there.
Well, it was an amazing presentation, Dipanshu and Pratik. Thank you so much for enlightening us. So now we will have a Q&A session, and I think we have the first question already from Aniket Sureka, if I'm right in pronouncing it that way. Can you show the previous slide again? Okay, so here it is. Aniket, this is the slide you wanted to see?
More previous, sir.
Okay, this one.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Aniket, can you tell
Do you want me to
Pratik
explain it again?
which slide exactly? What was the topic of the slide?
So next one, sir. Next one, sir.
Pratik, the next
Okay.
slide, just the next one, next after this. Yeah, this
Okay.
one.
The next one, sir.
Okay.
This one?
Okay, guys, in the meanwhile, while we're still
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
finding slides, can we go ahead and unmute ourselves? And because it's a communication, it's a communicable presentation. So can we unmute ourselves and ask any question that we have from Dipanshu and Pratik today? Also, members existing of the Together Investing Club are also, most welcome to ask questions if they have any questions.
So done, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Guys,
Ankit. Any
guys,
questions? Anyone?
Come on guys, इतनी अच्छी presentation थोड़ी ना दी होगी कि सब समझ आ गया.
हमें भी अब तक कोलपाल का पूरा समझ में नहीं आया यार.
Okay. Anyone from the Together Investing Club who would like to ask a question? Sahil, Devin, Vanchika. I think it was an amazing.
This side, Ankit, sir.
Yeah, Ankit, please go ahead.
Sir, you told about the support and like resistance part, sir. Like how to go about how to go with the support and uh, resistance while doing trading, sir.
Mhm. You want to know about the support and resistance about trading thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ankit, you're asking specifically for this talk or you're asking generally
No, sir. For this talk only,
for this
sir.
talk? Sahil, Dipanshu, can you just tell the support and resistance for this talk as of now?
Okay, for the support and resistance, we can see either that Fibonacci's the lines which you see with the color difference makes a support or resistance, or the diagonal lines if a trend is following in a diagonal direction, which I have shown here in with a diagonal line, whether it will take support here or the resistance here if anything is there in the diagonal direction of upward side. So if you will see the trend line is coming before the 0.236 line of Fibonacci. That means the first support will be here. And as we can see, the stock is making a higher high and a lower high. That means it is making a upper trend. So the if in a upper trend, if it takes retracement also, if it cools down also, the first support it will take at the trend line only. As you can see from the previous also from 0 to 236 level, if you see it has taken a support on the trend line in the between. There was no Fibonacci line there, but it took support on the trend line. Same thing it will do in the other range also, because now the trend line is there in between the 0.382 and 236. So it will take support on the trend line. So this is how it takes the support on the trend line, and the support can be diagonal or the horizontal. You make it on the random chart or with the Fibonacci, it works the same way. I guess that is the query you had, right?
Guys, I have a question.
Yes, David.
So basically, if we want to invest in this sector, this segment in the stock market, like have we done the peer comparison? Like according to you, is it the best option to invest in if we talk about the FMCG sector right now?
Uh, Devin, I am talking about the Colpal. If you're talking about the technical thing, we recommend the stock
No,
which is on.
as a whole thing, as qualitatively, if we talk about the market share, if we talk about the revenue share, and if we talk, if I want to invest in this sector particularly, if I have 1 lakh rupees and I want to invest in the sector, which stock should I choose? Like, should I go for HUL? Should I go for Britannia or Colpal specifically?
Yeah, so coming to the oral care segment, we have here three main competitors, as we can say, which is one is Colgate, other is HUL, Dabur, and in recent times, Patanjali has risen up. But Patanjali, Dabur, HUL, all compared, all added together, don't even match up Colgate's market share, which is 52% in the toothpaste category and 45% in the toothbrush category. So I think Colgate is at least right now unmatched. So I think it should be a good time to invest in Colgate. And we shouldn't look forward to any other companies when we are looking towards oral care?
Like if we talk about HUL right now, so if I'm investing in HUL, I'm not investing only in Pepsodent. I'm investing in the company as a whole. So I'll have a added advantage of other product as well, because I'm not investing in Colgate and I'm not investing particularly in Pepsodent. Okay, that is your point. कि ठीक है, 52% is the market share enjoyed by Colgate, and Pepsodent is way below that. But I'm investing in the company as a whole. So
Okay.
if I'm investing in HUL, so wouldn't I be getting advantage of other product as well?
See, Devin, actually is a great company. I must say it's not bad company. But the thing is, we recommend the stock which is at the present at a buying side, and it is showing more recommendation of buying than neutral thing or can't say thing. So at Colpal and interested if you say that HUL, Colpal is much more in a buyer thing as for the HUL. From the technical chart, if actually you have seen from the last 5-6 years, it has been in a zone where it was there for 2-3 years and it was not able to break out because of technical. Being a very good fundamental diversified sector, in technical terms, it was not breaking out that zone for 2-3 years. Can you see that for 2-3 years your money was blocked there? But at right now, Unilever, as I have seen, it's not on the buying thing with this recommendation as Colpal is. So it's good to buy Colpal right now. I'm not saying the HUL is bad company. HUL is a great company with good return on equity too.
Right.
Okay.
Great. Any other doubts from anyone else? Guys, you can just unmute and ask your doubt, or you can just type it up in the chat box. We'll be waiting for 1 more minute. If there are no doubts, then we can conclude the presentation for today. It was a really fruitful presentation from Dipanshu and Prateek. And we're still waiting for any questions that you might have. Before that, Dipanshu and Prateek, do you have any closers or any closing statement or anything like that? Anything that you would like to specifically highlight out of the entire presentation?
I think it's a great price to buy that all the stocks are, in a very good price. All the stocks which are very premium shares. It's a very good price to buy right now for a longer term. And Colpal is one of them. It has not taken a boom. Most of the FMCG sectors have taken a boom, and Colpal is still to take a boom. So it's a very good buy for right now at this price.
So as Dipanshu already talked about Colgate, and we have been talking about Colgate from the past half an hour or so. So I would just like to give an advice that while investing, just don't go and invest without your proper research, or else you will end up losing money. So I guess Together Investing is a great platform in which you can join, and so that you can know how to basically analyze a stock fundamentally and technically. So I think before investing, you should know your basics, and so that you don't end up wasting your money.
Great. Thank you, Prateek. And thank you, Dipanshu. So guys, as we do not have any questions from the participants as of now, if you have any questions apart from this that you're not able to take up right now, you can always connect back to Vanshika, Aditya, and Deven, people who have invited you. And of course, Dipanshu and Prateek. Also, we are available on Facebook groups. We have a Facebook group. You can also post your questions there, and other social media platforms. Thank you, Dipanshu. Thank you, Prateek. Let's enjoy the rest of our Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.